Mauritius in January. January is one of the warmest months in Mauritius, and with that, it is often one of the wettest. Although it is relatively rare, the island can be affected by cyclones. Saying that, the summer is a great time to visit if you are seeking an escape from the colder weather at home. Mornings tend to start off sunny, allowing you to enjoy the beautiful beaches and warm sea temperatures. Localized rain and thunderstorms tend to build up in the afternoon, creating the perfect time to make use of your resort spa or other indoor facilities. Mauritius in February. Similar to January, the weather in Mauritius in February is warm and often rainy. However, as is often the case in tropical countries, the rain is usually short-lived, lasting no more than a couple of hours. While it is possible to dive at any point during the year in Mauritius, it is the summer months that are the most popular. The warm water draws the vibrant marine wildlife to the reefs and coral gardens that surround the island. Mauritius in March. The average temperature remains the same as it is in January and February, at a very pleasant 30 degrees Celsius. Rainfall amounts are still relatively high, but again, the heavy showers are usually short and sharp. The Hindu festival of Holi takes place in March and it is widely celebrated in Mauritius. People take to the streets during the second day of the festival and they are covered with vibrantly colored powder. Mauritius in April. April in Mauritius marks the end of the summer and a reduction in the amount of precipitation. This is particularly the case towards the end of the month. It is a great time to spend on the beach and in the sea as the water has been warmed over the summer. There may still be heavy showers throughout the month, however these are fewer and further between and the humidity levels are starting to fall as the dry season approaches. Mauritius in May. Although officially the start of winter, it's not quite winter as we know it. Daytime temperatures hover around the mid-20s, while at night they can drop to 18 degrees Celsius, so you may need a light long-sleeve top for the evenings. The days are largely sunny and the sea remains relatively warm, particularly off the north of the island. Mauritius in June. Throughout June, the Mauritius climate starts to cool and the southeast trade winds start to increase in strength. The winter is perhaps not the best time for a stay on the island's east or south coasts as these are most affected regions. However, many of the resorts on the east coast have been designed with the wind in mind with plenty of sheltered spots to enjoy the largely sunny days. During June you can make the most of some great value offers. Mauritius in July. Although the temperatures are not cold when compared with a European winter, if you want to catch the best of the weather, you should head to the north of the island during the winter months. July is one of the coolest months of the year. Don't be surprised if you see islanders wearing a coat, but remember, everything is relative. Mauritius in August. While it is officially the dry season, the island is sometimes affected by anticyclones between June and September. These weather systems can bring cooler temperatures, heavy rains, and increased wind, and they last for just a couple of days. Strong winds are still affecting the east coast during August, however the resorts on the northwest coast are popular for family holidays during the school break. Mauritius in September. The temperature starts to increase again in September as do the hours of sunshine, making September a good time to visit Mauritius. Together with October and November, this month is one of the driest. The weather favors the west and north coast still, especially during the first half of the month. Mauritius in October. When asked what the best time to visit Mauritius is, locals will probably say October. Both land and sea temperatures continue to rise and the climate is largely dry. This warm and dry period coincides with the half-term break, making the island a fantastic time setting for a family holiday. Mauritius in November. An increased number of sunshine hours and beautifully warm temperatures characterize the Mauritius weather in November. As summer approaches, the humidity increases, as does the amount of rainfall, particularly towards the end of the month. What you can be sure of is a lovely warm break from the cooling temperatures at home. Mauritius in December. December marks the beginning of summer and the wet season. Humidity levels and rainfall amounts increase. The draw of a tropical Christmas and New Year is always a strong one, making this one of the busiest periods on the island. We recommend booking your holiday in good time to avoid disappointment. Best time to visit Mauritius. This Indian Ocean island is located in the tropics in the southern hemisphere. As well as a tropical climate, leading to year-round warm temperatures and a distinct wet and dry season, its seasons are largely the opposite of our own, although there are only two distinct seasons. Summer runs from November to April and winter from May to October. The higher temperatures of summer coincide with the region's rainy season, while the cooler months tend to be drier. As Mauritius is a small island in such a far-flung location, it is often hard to forecast the weather, particularly in the long term. The topography also causes a number of microclimates. It could be beautifully sunny where you are, but raining up the road. Here's our month-by-month guide to Mauritius's weather and climate.